Good morning, Rattlers. Today is going to be an awesome day here at Snake Discovery. We are going to do a cage build-off competition. So Emily and Ed designed this whole competition, and therefore I have no idea what's going to happen in there. But YouTubers have come from all over the country and Canada. Adam Wickens is here, Clint's Reptiles is here, Tyler Ruggie is here, Brian Cusco is here, and so many more that have all come down to Snake Discovery to participate in this cage build-off. This is going to be an awesome day. I'm Dāv Kaufman, and these are my reptile adventures.
At Rainbow Mealworms, we grow all our insects 100% naturally so that you get the freshest, most lively feeders on the market. So for all your reptile food needs, place your order today at rainbowmealworms.net.
Why, Tyler?
Why, Dave?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So this place has come a long way since I was out here volunteering a couple of months ago, and just seeing what Emily and Ed have built here, man, you guys are gonna love this place when it's open. But now we're gonna go through the invert cave and start this competition. And everybody is here. So Ed, how is this competition going to start? So it's going to start with a trivia.
Yes. It's a
Okay.
trivia contest. We're going to split you guys up into two teams by drawing rocks out of a bag. And then the trivia contest is going to give you an advantage to going out for the scavenger hunt.
Gotcha.
So whoever wins get I think a 15-second head start for the scavenger hunt. Then you got to come back here and you do something else, but that's going to have to be once you figure that out.
All right, but we're going to start with a kind of game show type of, there it is, trivia.
Yes.
Okay.
All about
right.
reptiles. Except
All
for
about
one
reptiles.
question.
Okay.
All about reptiles, yeah.
All about reptiles.
Except for one question.
One question.
You'll know it when you hear it.
Well, okay. All right, so that's how we're going to start this thing, with a trivia. Let's do this thing.
Whoever wins this challenge will get you an advantage in the build-off, essentially, where if you win, you'll get first dibs on the best supplies to use in your build. So could we have the 10 contestants line up behind these tables? Doesn't matter which one. So we really like the show Survivor, which is what this is kind of a playoff of. There are rocks, painted rocks in this bay. There's 5 green, 5 black, so we have team green, team black, and whichever one you draw is the team you'll be on. So reach on in, don't look.
Yeah, we know Dave.
You let me go first and...
Team black.
Team black, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And we've, by the way, got the brand new VIVTech snake bags for our team drawing today. Basically what we'll be doing is each team will go on a scavenger hunt throughout our facility to collect snake bags that each have puzzle pieces in them. There are 5 snake bags total, and each one has a clue that will lead you to the next one. Once you have collected or found all of your bags, and you can't open them beforehand, but once you have collected them all, you bring them back here, set them on your table, and you have to untie your snake bags, which, as we all know, is difficult sometimes, depending on how tight somebody ties a snake bag. But once all your snake bags are untied, then you can empty out your pieces and assemble your puzzle, and whichever team has fully assembled their puzzle first wins.
And has the puzzle stood up.
It is a 3D standing puzzle, so you have to stand it up too. And what you'll win, if your team wins, you will, like I said earlier, you'll get first dibs on one item of your choice on anything in the cornucopia of supplies to choose from.
Awesome.
Now, to get your team a 15-second head start on the scavenger hunt, we're going to have a trivia challenge. So we're going to have some trivia questions. You'll work as a team, kind of buzzer type thing. Whoever gets to 5 points first wins. Okay, first question. What are the major groups of living reptiles?
That was Dave.
Was it me?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was you,
it was.
Team Black.
Okay, crocodilians, snakes, lizards, turtles, and tuataras.
You got it. What is the term for when reptiles go dormant during a hot or dry period?
Green.
Estivation?
Estivation. Or what are 3 types of locomotion seen in snakes?
Serpentine, sidewinding, and
Rectilinear.
Concertina.
yes, concertina.
There you
Thank
go. Who is the Prime Minister of Canada?
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Justin Trudeau.
You got it!
How did you get that?
How did you know that? That's really
yeah,
smart.
I've been there
Would you
before.
have known? If you bred 2 snakes that were double het for recessive traits, what are the odds?
1 in 16.
Thank you.
You got it. Yeah. So that's 5 points for Team Black, so you win.
Hell yeah!
Woo!
All right.
So glad.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Sure, go.
All right, it says green team's bags are at McDonald's. All right, let's go, guys.
Anybody in here? Hello? I'm busy. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. First, you have to get your hands on these in order to win this.
Oh, I know this.
Get it, Adam! Get it!
It's Adam, this is your time to shine. I ain't getting there. All right. So fast.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, come here. Boys, get over here.
Adam.
So glad you have a
Nope. All right.
Oh, still waiting? Okay. Alright, chameleon. Oh, it's all tail. It's brown. Is there a
Right.
piece with two
Nope. Here.
top horns? Yes, this. Wait, this is gonna go.
Nope.
This. Like they're all. Okay, look, they're letters, guys. So if we can figure out what it says.
There we
It'd be a
go.
little bit
That
easier.
one's done.
Here's an E. Oh.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Good call. Good call. Stand it up.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Dave,
Hold it together. Come on, Dave.
rattle off.
No, hold on. It's not together.
Careful.
Get that. Put that in. Put it in. Hold it together. Just
Done.
We're done.
Done. Done.
Beat you by 50.
Oh!
There's like 80 cameras here. Someone saw that done.
Team Black.
Now we become enemies.
Well done.
Yeah, right.
Well done. Well done.
Say,
Well
now we all
done.
become enemies.
Well done. And Garrett,
Yes.
yeah, thanks for dumping
no
that thing
longer
over, but we
allies.
still won.
Don't think because they grouped us together that I'm gonna have mercy on any of you. This doesn't make us friends.
All right. Well, everyone from Team Black, pick out your item of choice.
We get one item.
You can choose one item. Yes.
Look at all this cool stuff that was donated. We've got universal rocks over here. We've got plants, shelf mushrooms, regular mushrooms, magic mushrooms. Look at all this stuff. Clint, what are we going to do with all this?
I don't know. Throw it in there and it'll look good no matter what you do.
Cork bark down here. And then you come over here and look at all of this substrate from the bio dude. Look at this, all this lighting. This is all the things that we are going to use to build our enclosures in this Exclosure Build-Off 2021 with Adam Wickens.
Sup?
So each one of these awesome YouTubers over here is going to design their own enclosure donated by Custom Reptile Habitats here. Look at these. Garrett, what is your plan for your cage build?
I'm not telling you my plan for the cage. My plan is to cheat, lie, steal,
And when?
hide other people's tools, kick Brian in the shins, whatever I gotta do to win.
Tyler, what is your plan for this cage build?
It's a secret.
Why is nobody telling me their plan before we have this competition? Clint,
Yeah.
what is your plan
I was
for this cage build-off?
legitimately, I had no plan before right now.
Adam, what is your plan for this cage build-off?
I'm gonna throw a bunch of rocks and dirt in there and say it's a Sambo enclosure and then be done. I'm just gonna hang out for the rest of the day.
Brian, what is your plan for your cage design?
I think you know by now, there ain't nobody sharing no plans with no Dāv Kaufmans around here until this thing is over.
Well, I think we'll start grabbing supplies that you need in, I'm gonna walk over here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, I want this. I want this. 4 of these. All right, see you suckers. Free stuff. Pardon me. This. This. We want this. Biodegradables, good stuff. Gotta have crumpled leaves. All right, so I've got really cool shelf mushrooms, this rock, this thing, and then 2 plants. I'm not sure about live plants because, well, I kill live plants, but we'll test it out. All right, so I've just finished selecting all of the stuff that I'm going to use in my enclosure. We've got a whole big bag of leaves. We got tons of vines here. We've got foam to build things with, cork bark, UV lights, more vines, more big rocks. Look at these shelf mushrooms. These are pretty awesome. And so we are gonna start building our enclosure.
In my face, you're so nasty. Oh my god. You gotta save me, Dave. I'm gonna sit there and film it.
As a documentarian, I cannot interfere with my subjects. All right, so we are allowed to bring 1 personal item with us. And I gave this a lot of thought, and I'm gonna wait for Emily and Ed to get here before I reveal what my personal item is that I brought. So if you recall, like last year, we did a hognose video together where you got your very first hognose,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And Ed, what did you say when you saw us together on camera?
That you looked like Jay and Silent
That
Bob.
we look like Jay and Silent Bob. So for the backdrop of my enclosure,
No.
take a gander at this.
Oh my god. Seriously?
Me and Emily as Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh my god, you did
Oh,
it.
Emily, you have to say Smoochie now.
Smoochie Smoochies.
That is amazing.
So now I've got to like figure out my design so that it doesn't cover up our faces.
Oh, right, right. Because you have to see that part.
Right,
You have
right.
to build around it.
Right.
That's a perfect focal point, I think.
But that.
Yep.
I think that has just like set me above as a contender for the winner of this thing.
You might just win this because of the background.
I'm saying.
You don't have to do anything else.
Awesome. All right.
Well, just leave it like that. Good to go.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, throw some mulch in there and we're good to
I
go.
don't even think you need that.
So yeah, last year when Emily and I did that collab where she found her lifer hognose snake, when Ed saw that video, he commented that Emily and I look like Jay and Silent Bob. So right after Emily told me about that, I went and I photoshopped my face and Emily's face on Jay and Silent Bob. And so for this cage build-off, I thought the perfect personal item was to do a vinyl print of me and Emily as Jay and Silent Bob. I think it works perfectly. So we have turned our enclosure on its side here so that all of this sets in this foam. We've got foam all over our hands. They're very, very sticky. It's kind of gross, but we're gonna let that set. And oh look, Brian has a little magic mushroom in there.
Look at this.
Nice
Do you
touch.
see this magic mushroom? The more subtle mushroom over here?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You made a foam mushroom. Let's just call that a mushroom. Let's see what Adam's doing over here. What?
Adam doesn't even know what Adam's doing over
Well,
here.
that's all right. I mean, you know, art is kind of created by the seat of your pants there. Yep. All right, and Tyler, you got schmutz in your hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Should we do something about Mary joke, or should we just leave that alone?
Maybe later.
What's going on with your enclosure over here?
Dave,
What are we
time
doing
is
there?
of the essence. I
Time is-
decided to be a daredevil and try putting
Oh, so that's
substrate on
your-
wet foam.
So that's your back, and is the
Yes.
substrate on the wet foam working?
We'll find out soon.
Well, hey, you know.
Come back in half an hour when I try and shop back it out.
All right. Hey, you know, listen, creativity is done by the seat of Adam's pants over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So this is Elle from Elle's Reptiles, and so What did you guys select here?
Terra Firma, and we're gonna do a bioactive tank.
Are you going to do a bioactive tank? Did you bring the personal item that you were?
Yes, we did.
What did you bring for a
This
personal
giant
item?
hut.
Oh, look at that! That's really cool. That looks like a little hobbit hut.
Yep,
sort
that
of.
one's
Is that what
inside.
that's
Yep.
exactly? Okay,
Yep.
good. Wow, I am batting 1,000 here. That's awesome. All right, and Clint. Now that is obviously your personal item that you were allowed to bring. That we bought at the Mall of America yesterday.
No big deal.
That is really cool. I really appreciate like the dinosaur skeleton element that you are going to incorporate into your enclosure here.
I'm pretty excited about it. I didn't know it was this big.
That's big. All right, and meanwhile, look at Garrett's enclosure. He has like a piece of wood in there, and that's it. All right, so we have got this all situated here. That foam is gonna set, and we also have silicone on there, so hopefully all this little cork and dirt is gonna set to that. That is what it looked like on that panel. It didn't really work out, well, kind of the way I expected, so we're gonna have to do some surgery up there. No big deal, but we are coming along here. So we're gonna let that sit for maybe an hour or so, and you know, take a little break and see how everybody else is doing out there. How are you doing out there?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm
Yeah.
channeling my inner Bob Ross,
Ah,
and I'm making tons of happy little accidents, which is how I got here in the first place.
right.
So it's very apropos, and I feel very confident that if I don't win, I'll at least come in the top 10. So I'm feeling pretty good about it.
How you doing in here, Clint?
I'm having such a good time.
Yeah, what you doing? All right, so how are you getting that to stick so well when everybody else did not?
With the joy of Gorilla Glue, the greatest enclosure building product in the history of mankind.
Gorilla Glue.
Indubitably. They should sponsor me. Gorilla Glue. Come on now.
And still hours later, there is Garrett's enclosure, exactly how it was 2 hours ago. Garrett's out here doing something. Let's go see what he's doing. What are you what are you up to out here?
Nothing, Dave. Nothing at all. You says off by 2 inches, Thomas?
Yes.
Nobody here but us chickens.
Well, to look at your enclosure inside, it doesn't look impressive, but I know you, and I think you're gonna blow us all away with
So
something
do
that you got in
have
mind
faith?
here.
Do you have faith, Dave?
In you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
I like you too.
Yeah. All right, so this side just set. It's a little bit, but whatever. So we set it upright, and now we are going to paint the excess so that you don't get this like ugly foam stuff in there. But I like how that turned into kind of rocky, and how this is sticking there, and I don't know, it's gonna look good, but we're gonna paint it, and then we're gonna go over it with sand paint, and it's just this kind of powdery paint stuff. But because that paint is still wet, you just dab it on there, and it creates a really cool texture. Very, very semi-professional. Now that is one big pile of poop.
It's the biggest one I've ever done.
So, Brian,
Dave,
how you feeling about your mushroom land?
I'm feeling pretty good about it so far, honestly. You know?
Yeah?
This is definitely way out of my comfort zone, but I'm feeling
I
good
dig it.
about it.
I dig it. Yeah. No. And we are still calling that a mushroom, right?
I mean, what does it look like to you, Dave?
Whoa.
That's how it's looking.
That is very rocky.
It doesn't look as good as your face on the background now.
I know. Nothing
Yeah.
to top that.
But it's rocky.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It do
I like
be
it.
rock.
But it's not
I
too
agree. It looks pretty rocky. You know what I'm saying?
only it was
Nobody knows what I'm talking about here. So that's your backdrop, is what you're building now.
Yes.
Did you get that substrate out of the back of a vacuum cleaner or something? or-
Essentially.
Yeah, yeah. What are you designing there now? Is that like a kitty litter box, or what do you think is going on in
Kitty
there?
litter box. No, Dave. So, as you know, we tried the toss the substrate on the wet foam
As
method.
we did, yes, and it did
Yes,
not work.
It did not work. works very poorly. We have now been given some advice by Clint to try Gorilla Glue.
Oh,
Takes less long to cure than the silicone, which would be our next attempt. And we're going to see what happens. We'll give it some time to cure, shop vac out whatever is not attached, and then do some spot gluing and do the other sides if all goes well.
All right. Now I would just leave that like that and kind of do like a postmodern industrial ductwork type of
I think that's what they're
theme.
going for, like humanity's interference on the environment.
Right,
with
exactly.
With the wood.
Minimalist, impressionist,
yeah, it's
Marxist.
showing the animal's ability to adapt to
other artistic terms.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right, and Hunter, what are you doing over here? You're having your mom do all the work over here.
She is measuring right now. So basically we're taking coconut fiber mats and covering the sides so that we don't have to do another background. That way it'll give some climbing opportunities as well with the different fibers. And
I dig it, I dig it. All right, all right. Because when you first started this and you were scratching all that off, I was like, this guy does not know what he's doing. But now that I see it, I'm, you know, sitting here thinking this guy does not know what he's doing. And thus, our beautiful enclosure is done. I am really proud of how this turned out. Haha! Alright guys, this is winding down to the final 4 minutes. Most of us are done except Garrett, who's still working on his enclosure, but he is going to blow us away with what he's creating.
Shut up, dude.
Alright, so while Garrett is finishing up, I'm going to go around and show you guys everybody's enclosure here, and I want you guys to comment below and let me know whose enclosure you think is the best one here.
Put the drill down, sir!
One more screw!
6:15. Literally on the dot, like to the second. Unbelievable.
Wow.
That was a photo finish.
My name is Garrett Hartall. I just want to thank you guys at Snake Discovery for having us out here. You know, as I was thinking about what I wanted to do with this build, this is something that your guys' channel inspires me all the time. As one of, like, you know, the old timers in the reptile industry, I start to feel like sometimes the way forward is just to go backwards a little bit, you know? So I wanted to do a simple build, it took forever. But I wanted to, you know, have a naturalistic build. It is bioactive. We've got separated substrate layers and isopods and dwarf whites and stuff in there, a few different species. Our water feature over here is actually soldered from copper. So I know you guys like to put copper in your water. what we're doing is running our water through the copper. So keep the bacteria out of it and keep that nice and clean. We actually have UVB coming through our window light over here, through our little artificial window. We have a special little hiding spot here, which is our in our barn, is like our little tool workbench area. So these are actually some of my grandfather's tools that he left me when he died, that I put inside the cage here, just because I wanted to impart some bit of myself into this cage. I want to thank you guys for bringing all of us here, all the YouTubers here, just to live together for this one day. It was pretty epic. I'm exhausted, and I hope you guys had fun watching, you bunch of couch potatoes. Get out there and build something.
Wow. Oh, dude, you totally just won the Rattle On Award. All right, guys, that was an absolutely amazing competition. This was so much fun. And you know, a lot of these really awesome YouTubers that were here today, I have met for the first time and got to know them during this competition. Every one of their links is going to be in the description below, so check out their channels if you're not already. But man, it was a blast designing this cage with Annie for this competition. I just want to thank Emily and Ed for inviting us all over here for this really awesome event. So anyway, guys, there's more reptile adventures coming up. So as always, thanks for watching, and until the next reptile adventure, love the planet, feed your reptile obsession, and rattle on.